It's Wednesday, August 19th, 2020. And so these are the little reinforcement pieces that actually go behind the burlap up against the springs on both the upper cushion and the lower cushion. The one with 15 rods goes on the back cushion, and the one with the 10 rods goes on the bottom cushion. So there's actually two here. That bottom one is the seat back. It's in a little bit better shape than the seat bottom. This is the seat bottom. It was pretty deteriorated. The seat bottom takes 10 rods, and the seat back takes 15. The dimensions are the same. They're 20 inches long by 13 inches wide. The rods are 13 inches. They're actually double folded. Renee and I did these last night, much to her exasperation and my perfectionism. But she helped me. She was a sport. She didn't storm off and tell me to go get fucked, because I was kind of a man on a mission. So anyway, I can do this one today to put the seat back together. So I'm going to do another set for the passenger seat. And I'm probably the only one, other than a Concours restoration, that probably would include these. But I did them. Pretty cool. So it's Wednesday, August 19th, 2020. And I'm on vacation this week. It's already Wednesday. Hard to believe. But a week does go by really fast. So today I worked on the seat back. So I reinstalled the little piece that Renee and I made yesterday. So that's back in there per OEM. So that looks really good. These little spot welds were both broken. So I put some screws in here. One screw broke off, of course. Tightened up all of the bolts. These bolts were a little loose over here. A couple of clips needed to be sort of tightened a little bit. Lubricated the seat back latch. This was loose. This screw and these two screws were loose, so I tightened all those up. Greased the mechanism for the seat latch. So I cut a piece of burlap and got my burlap on here. The issue that I'm having is the location of the listing wire. So the listing wire is attached directly to the springs. So when I go to put the upholstery on, I think I guess I'll just use this. And I marked it where the listing wire was. So I guess I'll just use the mark. The burlap is a little tight, but I think it'll be okay. It wasn't tight. It's just but it came out really good. So I don't think I'm going to use any cotton back here, and I'll show you why. So that came out really good. So this this foam pad is really heavy duty. I don't really think that putting anything under here is really gonna give me anything. Once this pad goes on, it's really thick, and I think it's going to be plenty to give the upholstery and the seat a lot of form. So I don't think I'm going to have to really do anything other than just attach the muslin. I'm not going to be able to put the upholstery on today like I thought I was, because our buddy Thomas used coat hanger for listing wire. These were actually he used listing wire. He used coat hanger for listing wire for the seat back and the seat bottom here. So I'm not going to use coat hanger. I actually ordered some listing wire. You can see how bent that stuff is. It's just, no. Yep. So I got some listing wire coming. Should be here tomorrow. I'm not sure when tomorrow, but hopefully it'll come before later in the day, and then I can use the correct stuff. I could go to Home Depot and just grab some 1/8" rod or something, or 16th rod, or whatever they have, and put some tape around it and use it, but I'm going to hold off. So yeah, I need the listing rod before I can go any further on that. I could probably attach the foam today, do that step. I need to cut down here. I need to cut through. So I guess I can do that, but it came out really nice. I think, get the upholstery on there, and I think it's going to really, really look sharp. Wednesday, August 19th, 2020. So interesting process here. They've got so what they did at the factory is they actually sewed the burlap, sewed the cotton into the burlap. So these are this is stitching all the way across. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows of stitching where they actually stitched the cotton and the burlap together, so it's one piece. So I'm going to attempt to separate the cotton from the burlap and reuse the cotton. It's just an attempt. I'm going to see what I can do here, because I think I want to try to put a layer of cotton between the foam and the burlap. I think it's a little bit too rough for the foam to be against the burlap. So that's what I'm going to try. So it's Wednesday, August 19th, 2020, and I was able to separate the cotton from the burlap. It's actually, the cotton and the burlap are actually stitched. There's about 6 or 7 rows of stitching, and the cotton and the burlap are actually stitched. So I'll show that when I lay it out, but this is the foam all by itself. It kind of came out all in one piece with the burlap, with the foam. This is the back of the foam. So this is the front of the foam where the upholstery goes on this side. This is the back of the foam. So the cotton would be next, and then the burlap, and then that piece that I put together with the 15 rods that goes in the back next to the springs. So that's how all this kind of goes together. So this is what's left of the foam, and it's really hard. There's no give at all to it anymore. But it has the muslin, it has a big old sheet of muslin actually attached on the inside of the foam. So it has muslin on, so that's how they do it. Like on my muslin that I bought, they attach the muslin out here on the edge, or the factory put the muslin on the inside of the foam. Really, that's about 6 inches. Five inches. And then there's 3.5 inches of muslin. So they did attach the muslin on the bottom to the front side of the foam. They did the side on the inside, and then on the top, it looks like the muslin was attached to the top of the foam, right here on the edge, the upper lip, on the outside, not the inside. So that's how they did it at the factory. So I'm going to move this piece of foam aside, put mine back up, and see if the cotton will fit. So here's my thought. So here's the cotton. This is the original cotton. This is the foam side. It's a little I think it's going to be okay. So I'm thinking about putting this, keeping this next to the foam to protect the foam, which I think be okay. So I'm going to try that. And next I'm going to put the foam down over this. Okay, it's Wednesday, August 19th, 2020. I noticed that the bottom of the foam doesn't have any muslin. So, and this is the first piece that they actually attached in the video. So I got my cotton in there. What I'm going to do is I actually recycled a piece of muslin from the seat, from the cotton, from the foam of the old seat pad. So I'm going to attach this piece of muslin on here. So I have a piece. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so that worked out really good. So now I have muslin on the bottom. So I'm going to let this set up and dry and tack up. And then I will, it shouldn't take long, and then I will attach the seat foam. And then I'll be ready to put the upholstery on. I'm not going to be able to do the upholstery until tomorrow because I got to wait for the listing rod to come. I'm not really feeling good about these coat hangers that were in there. So I'm going to do listing rod the right way, and so I'm going to let this tack up and I'll come back out and attach the foam. Wednesday, August 19th, 2020, and I got my foam on. So I've got it all attached. Let me flip this over. So I've got the muslin all attached. So underneath the foam, between the foam and the burlap is the original cotton. So if you look close in there, you can see right there. That's the original cotton. So there's that piece of cotton. Actually, there's some right there. Worked out really nice because it gives it another added little extra layer of padding, and also it protects the frame of the seat spring from the foam. So tomorrow, when I added this piece of muslin from the old foam. So I repurposed the old muslin, 55-year-old muslin. I don't know. I guess I could check that out now. I don't know if I'll be able. There were a couple layers of cotton on the bottom seat cushion. I don't know if I'll be able to use the cotton. I'll have to check. I'll check that right now. I think I might want to hog ring that up there. So I'll just take another video tomorrow, because I'm putting the upholstery on this one, hopefully tomorrow, if I get my parts in time.